The film opens at the Qingshan University. A class on genetic engineering is being taught by Professor Huo Yuchun and his assistant Zheng Wen. In order to review their notes later, the students take pictures of the board. Instead, one of them, Luo Qi, takes a photo of Zheng Wen. Since she was a freshman, she has had a crush on him but has never had the guts to admit it. The image of a freshman's dead body that was discovered in their college that morning is shown to Lily, Luo Qi's best friend. They brush it off as a rumor and carry on with the lesson. The student who mysteriously passed away is captured on camera by the police in another location. His entire body has turned green, almost like he's been doped. Luo Qi gives Zheng Wen a plant as everyone exits the classroom and declares her love for him. She is, however, rejected by Zheng Wen because she is a pupil. To Lily, Luo Qi vents her annoyance and claims that she has never been turned down before. She is forced to dance to a song on the radio by her friend, who advises her to let it go. As he watches them dance, Zheng Wen smiles to himself. After that, a classmate of Luo Qi's who is in love with her approaches her and presents her with a bouquet of flowers. Lily departs from them and enters her dorm room. She looks up to see her face covered in green pimples that resemble sprouting plants. She quickly applies makeup to hide them. Luo Qi declines the man and heads to her dorm room. Professor Huo Yuchun and Zheng Wen are currently in the professor's office. He's given a drink by the professor that renders him unconscious. Then he extracts a liquid from a strange plant with glowing roots and injects it into Zheng Wen's body. He tries to determine whether Zheng Wen's body is suitable for the plant to grow in, but the match is a complete failure. The professor leaves Zheng Wen and the plant in his office before leaving. Luo Qi notices Lily acting strangely in the dorm room and asks her what's wrong. Lily simply states that she needs to take some time to rest while hiding her face. Without disturbing her, Luo Qi begins to depict Zheng Wen. From their window, they can see his balcony, which served as the artist's inspiration for the painting. A girl enters a shower in another part of the hostel. A creeping plant slowly engulfs the shower head above her. The water turns green when she notices it, causing her to scream. After finishing the painting, Luo Qi makes the decision to give it to Zheng Wen. But no one answers the door when she knocks on his. Shuman Luo, a female who approaches her at that precise moment, pulls a key out from under the mat. She asks her to wait inside while she unlocks the door. Zheng Wen awakens in the professor's cabin at the same time. He wonders why he fell asleep, but he doesn't give it much thought. After taking the plant, he goes back to his room. Shuman Luo reveals to the girls that she was Zheng Wen's ex-girlfriend and that the two of them attended the same university while they wait. Despite feeling a pang of jealousy, Luo Qi stays silent. After some time, Shuman Luo departs, requesting that Luo Qi inform Zheng Wen of her presence. Following her departure, Luo Qi searches through Zheng Wen's possessions and tries various computer passwords. He shows up shortly after and is startled to see her inside the room. Luo Qi explains how she entered and inquires as to why her birth date serves as his computer's password. Luo Qi also shows Zheng Wen a photo of her and Lily on his computer as he makes the impression that he has no idea what Zheng Wen is talking about. She follows him to his balcony where he displays the plants she has given him over the years. Then Zheng Wen brings up Shuman Luo and describes how he was in love with her but she rejected him when she received an offer to work for a foreign company. Luo Qi tries to conceal her jealousy, but is unsuccessful. She flees from him, but he follows and says that while he also likes her, he didn't think a relationship would be appropriate given that they are teacher and student. After she graduates, Luo Qi suggests they go on a date, and Zheng Wen agrees. As a sign of his promise, he hands her the plant he took from the professor's office. Luo Qi waters the plant once she gets back to her room, but as she does so, one of the leaves nicks her finger. She simply covers it with a bandage while speaking with Lily. When her friend doesn't respond, she assumes that she went to sleep early and turns in. The plant's roots begin to glow when it is dark. Its branches take over Luo Qi's bed as they sag to the floor and encroach on it, suffocating her in the process. When Luo Qi awakens, he or she realizes that it was all a nightmare. Then she discovers that Lily's bed is dripping with green liquid. After carefully removing the curtains, she finds Lily's lifeless body. Plants had begun to sprout from her back. Luo Qi screams in terror at the scene. As soon as word spreads, the police are called to look into the situation. When Zheng Wen learns of the incident, he immediately leaves to check on Luo Qi. The policeman asks Zheng Wen for advice while displaying a plant that was discovered in Lily's body. The plant resembles a gymnosperm, but Zheng Wen is perplexed because it has a type of root he has never seen before. Luo Qi notices Shuman Luo in the crowd as he waits for the police to finish their work. She hasn't eaten since the morning, so Zheng Wen brings her to the canteen so she can get some food. The university campus will be completely locked down due to a virus that has been found in some of the students, it is announced. No faculty member or student may leave the university without authorization. When Luo Qi and Zheng Wen leave the building, Luo Qi has a brief hallucination about plants occupying the university before returning to reality. They learn about Professor Huo's disappearance at the cafeteria. He is accused of exposing his students to a fatal virus, endangering public health. Luo Qi recalls that Lily once had a boyfriend who she called H, who assisted her in covering the cost of her schooling. She feels that H played a role in her passing. She then exits the bathroom, where the bandage covering her finger moves, revealing that the wound has begun to sprout a plant. She pulls it out in a fit of panic. She and Zheng Wen are approached by a man wearing a PPE set and a face mask who instructs them to head to the gym as soon as possible to get tested and decontaminated. The university-wide announcement asks everyone to congregate in the gymnasium. The presence of police officers who are disguised as poisonous creatures scares the students even more. They encounter Shuman Luo on the way to the gym, who reveals that she is a specialist sent to look into cases of infection. She has been collaborating closely with Professor Huo on a synthetic gene reorganization research project on behalf of a multimillion-dollar pharmaceutical company. She discovered that the professor's experiments broke the rules of ethical scientific research. He began rearranging plant and animal genetics to produce dangerous viruses. He ignored her when she confronted him and continued with the experiments. Even worse, he began using his pupils as test subjects, which sparked the virus's spread. Her nerves start to turn green as Shumanlu and Zheng Wen discuss the experiments, which Luo Qi notices. She recognizes that she has contracted the virus and flees to find cover. After a brief while, Zheng Wen notices and begins to look for her. The girl who was earlier attacked by plants is being restrained by the officers because she is infected. Despite receiving medical care, the virus eventually claims her life. She shows him the infected arm and asks him to stay away. He also observes the green glow on her face. Then Luo Qi opens Lily's MySpace and reads the daily notes she used to post. In the note, a man named H who used to drive her to his home with a view of a lighthouse is mentioned. She also mentions a gift that H gave her, a plant. They believe H to be none other than Huo the professor. Just then, a group of men dressed in PPE suits arrive at the dorms to clean the hallways. Anyone who is still inside the room is urged to leave. If they learn that Luo Qi is infected, Zheng Wen and Luo Qi are terrified that they will use her as a test subject in their experiments. They therefore decide to remain hidden until the men depart. However, Luo Qi slips up and spills a glass of water, alerting people to their presence. To put them to the test, the men bring both of them to the gym. They take Luo Qi away after tranquilizing her with a tranquilizer after learning that she is infected. Later, Shumanlu is questioned about the virus by a group of officials. She informs them that the virus can harm a person's nervous system and brain. It can only spread through close contact with the infected plant and is not contagious. The authorities assume that this means there is no cause for concern because infection cases are comparable to poisoning cases. Shumanlu asserts that Luo Qi's genetic makeup is perfectly suited to produce a novel variation of the virus that, despite being non-contagious, may be extremely dangerous. The men decide to lift the lockdown because they don't take her warnings seriously. When Zheng Wen and Shumanlu run into each other outside, they decide to visit the location Lily mentioned in her journal. They presume that it is the professor's lab, where they can learn more about the research the professor conducted on the students. When they arrive at the house, they discover that the plants have taken over. The professor is immobile while seated in a chair. A huge Venus flytrap appears from his back as the two get close to him, nearly killing them. Shumanlu sets the plant on fire while also killing the professor nearby. She then searches the professor's computer and discovers that if a person's genetic makeup and the virus's growing conditions are 100% compatible, the virus will produce a never-dying plant that can cover entire cities, if not entire countries. In a similar vein, if absolutely no genetic material matches, the person would be completely immune to the virus. Zheng Wen's genetic makeup was completely unmatched at the start of the film, which explains why he hasn't contracted the virus despite being directly injected with it by the professor. To send information back to the business she works for, Shumanlu tries to retrieve it from the computer. Zheng Wen opposes it because many people have died as a result of the experiment, and the knowledge could endanger more lives. Shumanlu uses pepper spray to attack him after he stops her. She is killed by a branch that emerges from the Venus flytrap before she can flee. Back in the gym, we observe that Luo Qi's genetics are a perfect match for the virus's expansion. She begins to develop a never-ending dense crawler plant from her body, just as the professor had predicted, and takes control of the gym. In the process, the medical staff who are assisting her are also killed. Everyone is dead when Zheng Wen arrives back at the university, but Luo Qi is nowhere to be found. Then it is revealed that the plant has taken control of the entire city. Zheng Wen returns to the university several months after the incident, still looking for Luo Qi. He notices the portrait she painted of him hanging on the wall of the classroom. In the final scene, Zheng Wen turns around and beams, probably as a result of spotting Luo Qi. To support the channel, turn on the notification feature, subscribe for more videos like this, and leave a like. I appreciate you coming.